I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, public comment. Yes, ma'am.
So excited to tell you guys that, we had, quite a few kids who qualified for nationals, but we do have one young man who is gonna actually attend nationals instead of using South for archery. Trip. So I'm excited to him to go in the month.
There's my cookie we got very quick then.
Yes.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay, we'll move on to the board minute.
I will move to approve the minutes for March 11th, 2025.
Okay. Lonnie, there is one for public comment.
Okay.
After Jake's name, it's just a typo. Anyone else see anything? Okay, all in favor to accept the minutes with corrections?
Aye.
All right. Opposed? Motion carries. Move on to update from owners rep.
You guys have any questions? You guys get a chance to take a look at the,
Yeah.
I was taking a lead from Ann on that one, but, just a couple things to highlight. Jackson's had, we had an incident on site. Sub slipped and fell during the winter, but they're still celebrating the safety that has happened on the site. So on the 15th, they're gonna do a big lunch for all the subs, invite all of their project managers and everything on site to walk the school, see what's going on, and actually appreciate and celebrate those folks for all the work they do to keep their workers safe. So that's happening on 15th. Schedule wise, they're on track. There's a couple weeks that we lost just with the weather and closing in and weather, making the building weather tight. They're working to capture that through nicer weather, working a little bit longer hours. But really, all in all, we're really on track. Budget wise, we're doing great. There's a few items that I had in there that things that the facilities committee is working on, which is graphics and the playground equipment. Those are some decisions we need to make just as we get ready to kind of move forward with summer work. The design team has done a great job on the wishes that we have for the playground areas to accommodate that stuff. So we're working on pricing for that. We have allowances in our budget that will accommodate for grass irrigation. We might need to supplement just with some additional design features that I think long-term that we want to see, but we need to see where those budgets come in. We've got a couple of potential change orders coming down the pipe that we're looking at from the code standpoint. Those will all be things that I think they're going to be a good discussion to have, where I'd like to maybe get our facilities committee back together to talk through. That would be something that would be happening here in the next couple of weeks. All in all, I think the project is, I couldn't ask for a better crew. Subs are very responsive. We had a little, some issues with our roofing contractor, just throwing enough people at it. They finally caught up with that. So we've got a weather tight building, meaning everything coming vertical down in the form of moisture. We're protecting the inside where it's dry. We've got sheetrock. We've actually got paint on the walls, which is really exciting. So if we can either formulate this facilities committee or maybe next month for the board meeting, love to get you guys back out there and you can really see how these classrooms are coming together. I mean, we've got suspended ceiling or ACT, they call it, in the classrooms going up. We're gonna start to have tile on the floor. It's really coming along quickly. And when you think about where we're at in the calendar, not a whole lot of time until the start of school next year. And so I think that all in all, they're just banging it out, doing a great job. Haven't seen any complaints. The kids are been really respectful of the construction site. When we had the cranes on site, they were curious, but then it was quickly like, oh, that's just, and they fell right back into line with being out on the playground enjoying their time. So unless you have questions, I just wanted to kind of give you those. Yeah.
There's something about an issue with the roof, drainage. It's in your notes.
Roof drainage. The only issue that we would have, not that it's an issue, but there was a design element on the A classroom wing where it interacts with the flat roof. And we had to change a detail, which forced us to extend our flat roof material, which is a rubber membrane, up higher onto the sloped roof to accommodate so that we didn't have any issues with water infiltrations. That was really all it was. It was something that popped up. It was part of a change order that we approved, a few months ago to get allow them to buy the materials to correct that. And it was just a concern from the design and the construction side.
Yeah, more flat roofs.
Yeah,
I don't know what.
flat roofs are, I know the question you asked it, maybe last month, why do we do it? It's efficient for how the mechanical systems are delivered. You're putting a mechanical unit on top of a sloped roof.
Yeah, it needs to be level.
Yeah, so it's a question I get I'm working with Eureka schools and it's the same thing. Why would we do this? And it's just.
I get it.
Yeah.
I was more concerned about putting through a $30,000 snow removal, and we had a crane over here with a big diaper and 9 people standing there shoveling snow
Putting
out of
snow
a
in.
flat roof into a diaper. And so I can see why we burned through our budget so quick.
Yeah, and that, it's good that we have allowances there, but it would be nice that, if we didn't have to do that. And what the reason that the contractor chose to do that was to make sure that the roofing contractors could get right back on site as fast as possible. Because they were a bit of a hiccup. They were a delay. They got pushed on another project and started to use ours as an excuse to, hey, well, you don't need it yet. So, them throwing, they had several people up there for a chunk of a day doing that so that they didn't have an excuse not to show up the next day.
Sure.
Yep. So,
The other one was at the very beginning, it says there's multiple electrical hazards on site.
so,
What
yeah.
has been done about that?
So hazards, meaning we need to be mindful. And you're looking at the Jackson notes, so we've got, right now inside the building, we're using electric heaters, very high amperage electric heaters to keep the building warm enough so the sheet rockers can work and the mud can cure. So those are, we've got basically outlets that are on the floor that if there's water or there's tripping, there's a potential there. So it's just making sure that all their subs are mindful that when you're walking through, when you're stepping on cords or you're cutting things, to be mindful of that. Yeah. So there's no open electrical boxes or, switch gear. That's all dead. It's just those electrical heaters that are in there. So we've gotten rid of all the gas fired units, which we were using to help keep it warm as much as we could for the workers. Electric is better for the sheetrock because it's not moist heat like a propane unit would put out. So it allows that stuff to cure better. Yep. Yeah, good question.
Ron? Okay. All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll move on to the consent agenda.
I move to approve the consent agenda as is noted on the agenda.
I'll second it. So. Any questions? Anybody have any?
No.
Do you have questions?
Yeah, I'm wondering if that were, you wanna hire some substitutes?
Go ahead.
The substitutes that you wanna hire, and they're for teacher absences?
Rhonda is going to be subbing in the busing. So to help out with bus travel trips, whether it's during the day, so that we're not pulling from teaching staff to be able to go on all of our field trips.
Okay,
Typically this time of the year, track pulls a lot of our students and a lot of our busing, that and field trips. And then Deborah is applying to be custodial and kitchen aide, I believe.
thank you.
Apologize, I did not review that prior to this. I see a substitute come in. Yep, we'll take you. Might not be for all spaces, but we want them, so.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Opposed? Motion carries to accept the consent agenda. Move on to new business. Can we remove item D, please? From the new business.
Okay, so you as a board chair can just say, I'm going to remove this item because it's no longer relevant, and that's fine.
Okay, well said.
Oh.
Okay. So the final audit, did you get to? We need a vote, yeah.
So I will motion to approve the fiscal year 2024 final audit.
Any questions?
I assume it went well.
It wasn't my best work. I had one major finding. I didn't account for one payment to Jackson in the correct year. But I mean, I didn't lose any money, anything. I just didn't, in the books, I put it in the wrong year. So it was paid in June, but I didn't reflect it until July. So we just do a JV to fix it, and they did fix it in the audit. But yeah, I get a finding. How about it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we have to correct some contracts. We have to start doing better about contracts on district work using federal funds, and so they kind of just gave us a warning on that one.
And we're looking at the legal language on that one because it didn't set the parameters very clear for us. Sophia is gonna get back to us on what those parameters are. Basically stating that we have to provide paperwork that whoever's coming in and doing the work is paying their people Davis-Bacon wages. Which makes sense if we're putting it out to bid on those $80,000 projects, but when we're having local guys come in and do a project for $1,100, it makes it complicated on our end. So we'll figure that out and then we'll give you guys an update on what that monetary amount is for those requirements.
Anything else? All in favor for to accept the final audit?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries for the final audit. Move on to low voltage and furniture bid recommendations.
So for the FF&E, that fixtures, furniture and equipment, I guess all of these similar to when we did the E-rate stuff, we designed a rubric, went through the rubric, and that's how we determined our final ones. The recommendation would be for fixtures, furniture and equipment to move forward with high touch business services. And then for our low voltage, we would be looking at splitting. So the packages as they came in, one package ended up having bells and paging system. So our recommendation is to split that part off, look at the other three, and then be able to make the recommendation to Mission Valley Security. We've worked with them for several years. Their rubric, again, those numbers, they were the one that were able to fulfill all of our needs. And then that's for security cameras and access controls, the bells and paging system. Then the recommendation would be to go with TEST. As they had, at least for us to start our negotiations and contracting with them, as they were the only ones that provided us a bid that had that component. Get all those? Sorry, a lot.
I will move to approve the low voltage and furniture bid recommendations.
Ron, second. All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We're moving to the non-renewal of classified staff.
Motion first.
Yes, please. Yep.
I will motion to approve the non-renewal of classified staff.
Any questions, comments? You good? All in favor of the non-renewal of classified staff?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Now we'll move on to the board reports. Elementary. So I see you're giving tours, that's good. Has there been many or?
Only when Darren approved, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah, Friday when when people realize I'm there on Friday, they'll bop in. And then I'll call Darren and see if it's, safe to go. And
yeah,
so on Friday morning, I gave, I think, 2 that I can think of within 1 hour. Like one went through, left, and then the next one came in and went through, so.
good,
It's good because we can explain why.
Yeah.
Right? Why things are the way they are and the vision of it. And
Mhm.
also, I'm always quick to explain that the building isn't just for the school, it's for the community and how the community can use it.
yeah.
So.
Any more questions? Anyone have anything? No? Okay, thank you. Move on to superintendent.
The highlight of mine is just recognizing those that are retiring from the district. We also had a resignation. I gave a tour as well. I felt obligated.
I did have to pass a tour around to Mr. Beckham. I was busy.
Anyone have anything?
I would just like to say thank you to those who are retiring and resigning. Thanks for being here for our students and for our community.
We'll move on to the athletic report.
So high school track, we're at 26 kids out right now, 19 boys, 7 girls participating. Competed at Big Fork this past weekend. All 3 of our postseason events, districts, divisionals, and state are in Missoula at MCPS Stadium, which is very nice and convenient for us. Saves us on some travel and hotels, especially when it's not in Laurel. High school softball, we have 3 girls going up there, competing for the MAC cooperative program right now. Overall numbers are good, participants in the upper 20s between our 3 schools. Divisional tournament is in Florence and the state tournament is in Glasgow. So, see how that goes. That's what he's doing. And then our high school baseball team, Charlotte recently joined the cooperatives. We have MAC baseball now. 8 boys from Arlee are competing. this year. Team numbers are good. They have enough players to field a JV squad. And they actually have a pretty close to a full schedule of JV games this year. So hopefully we'll see all of our kids getting a decent amount of playing time this year. Last year it was challenging because there wasn't a lot of JV teams on our schedule. So this year, hopefully quite a bit more playing time for our kids. There's no divisional tournament for baseball currently. And it is all class still. The state tournament is scheduled in Hamilton, May 22nd through the 24th. And then the junior high track team, we got 35 kids out right now. Very good numbers. So just keeping them busy and getting them to as many events as we can. So
That's the majority of the junior high. isn't
it's
it?
pretty close to, yeah, very good participation there.
Yeah,
Yep.
great numbers.
Yep.
Okay, anyone have a question?
I just have a comment. It's been really fun. I can't speak to all the sports, but for the baseball program, just to see these boys to have the opportunity to get back out here on the field. And it's been really fun to see a large number representing from Arlee this year.
Thanks, Lindsay. Okay, we'll move on to the Arlee Feathers Features Report.
We're all good. We're just waiting for you guys to look everything over and then we can set the next meeting.
Okay,
Sounds good.
thank you. Now we'll move on to approval of claims payroll report.
I will move to approve the claims, payroll, and reports.
Okay, thank you. I just had one question, Lonnie, in regards to the Verizon bill. So why is Michelle's name still on it? Are we paying, does she have a phone or are we someone
Does
else
it say
using it?
Michelle on that
It
line?
says DJ and
So
Michelle.
when I did the line, she still worked here.
Okay,
And so, because I created them in the prior year,
yeah,
so it won't let me change it.
oh, okay,
I have to just wait out the year, but I only charge DJs. to that
okay.
line.
I was just looking at it and it
Yep.
just keeps on popping up. and I
Yep.
thought, well, it's
Yep,
just a lot,
good
but-
notice.
Okay,
It just won't let me change it, because I created it.
that was the only thing I saw.
Question.
Yes, sir.
I saw on there, a credit card bill for Shields,
For Shields, I think that
For
was
a-
Mr. Mackey.
a
What did Mr.
grill,
Mackey do at Shields? Remember that?
grill for $500 for.
Oh, that was the close-up grill
Oh, Ralph.
that
Light.
they wrapped up.
Probably FCCLA.
No, it was close-up.
I got FCCLA close up for the auction.
Yeah,
So did they reimburse us for that $500?
yes. So since it's a credit card, I put it through on the vouchers and the student activity account will reimburse us. How it
Thank you
works.
very much.
Anything else?
The high school principal's phone bill is $1,700 a year.
So, oh, he got a new phone, so his was on there and then plus his monthly. So that
So
might
it's
be,
paying for the phone and installments throughout.
exactly.
It's because he opted for the school phone, not like I run with my personal phone.
Anyone else? Questions, comments? Are we good? All in favor to accept approval of claims, payroll, and reports?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Oh, I forgot to do that for the meeting. We're gonna do it anyway.
Oh, next meeting,
Yeah, make sure everybody's okay with it.
so May 13th.
Yeah, and so that will be our one where we seat the board members.
That's senior night for the baseball team. I'm happy to call in if I can.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you guys.
Thanks for letting me call in.
Yep, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.